national cake. It will touch everybody.
It don't touch my girls. Yeah.
I don't wait for my turn, no.
Only you can wait for your turn, no, my sister. Okay, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the first edition of Solid Corner on Solid 100.9 FM, the station that rocks. Okay, right. Solid Corner is a talk show where we discuss life matters and we address life problems. So, if you have any problem for us, that you want us
experts
to
like us,
we are here for you. Okay, but let me start with my humble self. My name is Oluwakemi Ademoyo, and with me here is...
Alright, my name is Dubin the Jocular One. Yes, you're watching Solid Corner, brought to you by Solid 100.9 FM.
Alright, my name is B to the L to the E to the X to the X, Bless. A blessing.
In this edition of Solid Corner, we'll be discussing about the topic breakfast, a national cake or 21st century norm. And I believe that many of us, we actually really have like a lot of things to say.
Stop saying this topic like you're happy. It's breakfast.
Okay.
Heartbreak.
Let me say it with a sad note.
It's a sad. Be sober.
With gratitude to go into that kind of norm.
No, let me do it.
It's very
addressing today is breakfast, a national cake or a 21st century norm. Sorry.
For some of us that don't understand what this thing means, some of those girls or me here that have been served a couple of times breakfast, so we get to hear.
Why did you say girls, please?
Sorry, I apologize. Some of those ladies I have with me here, they've been served breakfast a couple of times, and I'm sure that they'll get to tell us how it works for them, basically.
Why is it ladies? I have issues with that ladies. Guys also used to chop breakfast.
Do you mean if they serve me breakfast?
They chop breakfast, forget level,
okay,
no they
so, alright.
They chop breakfast, big time.
You don't chop fast now, you know
see the way you be. Before we go into the details of this talk show today, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Solid Corner on Solid 100.9 FM, the station that rocks. We're talking about breakfast, a national cake on 21st century norm, and we, looking at it is like there's a progression to this thing. We're talking about breakfast. Like in the olden days, there were no time for breakfast. People were not served breakfast. Nobody used to chop breakfast. Do you agree with me?
I think they actually did, but it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Sorry, well, for me,
because you can't see like every single person that loved each other then actually got married, like actually
if you ask
together.
me, while I think it has changed from then, the way things were then and the way it is now. Now I think breakfast is like it's just served every day.
Yeah, but you actually agree that
I don't entirely agree that there was breakfast then.
Really?
I only agree on mutual, breakup.
Really?
Well, when people say mutual breakup, you see, this word is general. You get
it's still
when they say breakfast is breakfast. Whether it was served in 2022
whether it's mutual
or it was served in 1900, it's all of them.
Okay, back then in the olden days, we will say our mothers are usually prepared for their husbands. Right from when they're young.
That's right.
So they just go there, they just accept anything they see there. They don't have any will of their own. They don't talk, they don't comment, they don't do anything. They just accept whatever is thrown to them and follow the wind as it blows them. So you can't really say.
I think what you're saying is actually right, but then on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say like 9% of women were like that. But then it doesn't mean like every single person actually agreed to the norm then.
That is true.
I'm very sure.
It can be possible.
Exactly. I'm very sure
that
but those people that might not agree to the norm will be considered,
relevant.
Not only relevant but weird. Like, why are you fighting? They will be like, why are you fighting? It's just now that I will say women have come to understand their rights.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference between then and now. Like, people now understand that they deserve better.
Yes. A lot of people just settle for less when they could actually get more. It's just like you're settling for a piece of stone when you could have gold. A truckload of gold.
Wisdom.
I should write it down.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what me I believe. I think this thing has changed. There was a progression from how it was back then and how it is now. Now everybody does the chop breakfast. Me, I'm sure.
But like, I don't even understand. Okay, when it comes to, I feel like people feel like they deserve better. Okay. But then this whole thing of breakup, I feel like we're just looking at it from the perspective of ladies.
It's not just ladies. Even guys get chop breakfast.
Which of the guys have you ever heard?
Even the time of the old fair, I think more guys serve breakfast to a lot of women.
The time of the old, if you're talking about that, the time of the old is always for the women. No. But right now, the guys have started eating breakfast.
I want to come in here. I want to come in here.
But baby, don't chop breakfast.
Even if there are forms of breakfast. There's bread and tea. And there is rice and beans. All these things are different foods. Thank you.
And butter.
These things are on
hot tea.
So when they serve you hot tea, you're sure after the breakfast you tear. Because hot tea makes you tear. You understand? So it's different.
It burns.
Like when it burns your mouth, you understand?
It depends on how you.
Some of us did not grow, like where I grew up in, many of us did not grow up in like all the elite kind of communities. So I totally understand if you don't know that hot tea actually burns. But the truth is, breakfast has different food. No shade. No shade. Okay. I don't mean to shade nobody, but
really?
Like I'm just trying to drive my point here. Breakfast, we can call, there are different levels to this shit. Sincerely speaking, because when you see me, I can't really say I've been served breakfast. What's breakfast?
You can't really say.
Let's come from. We need to understand the full scope of breakfast before we now say, oh, have you been served breakfast? I want to understand the scope. What is the scope of this breakfast you're talking about?
The scope, let me tell you.
Okay.
The scope is, after all this while, me, I am tired of this relationship.
After 5 years.
After 5 years.
First off, was it 5 years of intentionality or 5 years of just, let us be? I want to understand. Because if it's let us be, if they started
if you're in a relationship with someone, even if you're not
we're talking about a relationship. We're dealing with emotions right now.
Relationship.
So definitely, we're talking about invested relationship.
Oh, okay.
You can't break up on something that you're not invested in.
So what exactly are you asking me? Are you trying to ask me now, Devane, have you been served breakfast in an invested relationship?
That one. Yes.
Okay, if I should answer that is all encompassing. Basically,
wait, sorry. Have you been invested in a relationship to start with?
See, one of the things I believe in, I believe
in
this
notion.
Yes
or no.
Wait, I'm trying to drive a point here. To all the
ladies that dated this guy,
I'm trying to drive a point here. I'm trying to drive a point that I try to invest something in every relationship I have around me. So if I have actually been served breakfast on a relationship I invested in, I'll say a yes and no. If you allow me, I'll tell you yes and no, because generally I believe in giving out dissipating value. So when you've dissipated value and you know how value works, if you give value, you should expect a form of value. Yeah. So most times you give it and they don't necessarily appreciate what you've done. So I'd say, like every other brother there, I will talk as a man advocate. I'm speaking on behalf of every brother, every guy out there. I know and I want to do it as an encouragement. I know you have served and invested in some relationships out there, Pastor. But the truth is that you don't need to stop. You need to continue because you never can tell. The more you invest, the more you get dividends in it. You understand? So let me just stop there.
No, calm down. You know we are talking about emotions here. We're talking about people's emotions. So you don't get
people cannot bring me out here to just. But the truth is, the long and short of it, yes, we all have been served breakfast at intervals in our lives.
Breakfast?
Okay. Yeah, passion.
Chai, how did it happen? Do you want to share?
That story is not. It's a very
how did
long
you feel
story.
during?
Well, it was more of. I saw it coming a bit. Okay. But I was just there, just hoping that things would change. Passion.
Chai, and it never changed.
It never changed. So
it took another turn.
It took another turn. And when it took another turn, I wasn't so hot anymore because the time I realized that it was going to come, that was when I was hot.
Chai.
But when I saw that, it has actually finally arrived. So what's there? What's there for?
And I think
So
What about? Wait, I want
what about
actually.
you?
No,
Want to hear your own?
Basically,
Because
I
you
don't
look like
want.
you look more
let's
like
not
someone that's been
invade
giving
it.
people
that's not
So,
true.
so serve
Let
them.
That's
us
not
hear
true.
from you.
That's
It is
not-
better we hear from the horse's mouth. Don't tell us that's not true. Just go straight to the point.
So,
If
like-
you have actually been served, tell us. You can even tell us where and when, so we understand the scope of the full thing that happened. You understand?
All right.
Okay.
So no, I have never been served breakfast.
Oh, we
But
need
you
to-
serve
this-
people breakfast. She used to give them all.
She's a server.
She's a server.
I serve for a living. I mean, I don't serve for a living. What? No.
The world has heard.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't serve for a
Yeah.
living. But I mean, I think there comes a point in every relationship that, like we said before, people now understand that they deserve better.
Okay.
So, basically, and that this will be me saying, don't even go into any relationship without first of all like bringing your head down to see if this is really what you want before
Very
you
true.
actually go into it. Yeah. So,
Very, very
so you can reduce the rate of heartbreaks in the world. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to ask, what do you think is the best way to serve breakfast?
The best way to serve breakfast. Okay, if you ask me, I believe people have different ways they communicate. So you have to firstly know your partner. How will this person take this thing? First, understanding. Oh, how does this person take words like that? You can't just come and talk to someone that you know that, okay, probably everything about their life is just a joke. If you tell them, I'm no longer interested, okay, now go.
Oh my God, I go kill you.
Okay, now
I
go.
go
And they
kill
just
you.
move. But you cannot tell someone that is so emotional that same statement
Okay.
like that, because the person could go all emotional over you.
Yeah.
There are ways you would serve people breakfast
I read
according
all
to
the time.
their capacity
Yeah.
and their ability.
She remember there was a time my roommate when she was dating this guy, and then I think one morning she just woke up and said, I think we should take a break. Honestly, I'm no longer interested. Like out of nowhere, you know how you felt like you saw it coming, you saw yours coming, but she didn't see hers coming. And then her relationship was this kind of everybody likes them, God win kind of relationship in the room, that kind of thing. Always a long distance relationship, and then they were always like communication was very strong. And then all of a sudden, it just happened like we need to take a break. I don't think blah blah blah. Just like that. I felt like honestly, I just felt like one of the worst ways you can actually serve breakfast was through a text message, because most times you don't really communicate your words through text. You understand?
Yeah.
So, Dubin, what do you think is worse to serve breakfast?
The worst way of serving breakfast is when you send it as a test. My friend, you people have been doing this thing over time, and you want to now send test. What is that? That is
I
so,
agree with you.
That is so
about
disrespectful.
Wait, but I'm coming. Chill. What
Come
if?
clean. If you
What
are no
if-
longer doing it, come clean. Tell the
What
person,
if-
I am not doing it again.
What if? What if?
The person say what?
No, I'm not going to say what if you're not a talker. I'm saying what if you don't know how to like
How to
Is
say
it-
say it to the person's face.
Exactly.
And
Like
just
you're just
say
thinking
it
of
through
you
a
just want to
text.
send it so you don't get to maybe hear you emotional, you hear you but we can make it work, we can do this, we can do that. You just want to
Wait. Calm
Alright.
down. Hold up. Have you said someone breakfast over text before?
let's not talk about that. Answer my question. Alright, so I think we're going to go on a quick break right now. So when we come back, we're going to know if I have served someone breakfast over a test before or not. Or maybe we're not going to find out. And then we actually got opinions from people about this whole breakfast topic. Let's go watch it.
My name is Chips Benjamin.
Nice to meet you, Chuck.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever served someone breakfast before you've been served breakfast?
I've been served breakfast, but I've not served someone. I'm
So
a big
how was the
guy.
experience like?
The experience was terrible, oh, seriously, because this is a girl I love so much. So along the line, she just came up with one story, women's story now, normally. So she came up with it, and I was really down. When I mean down, it was not easy, but I have to just pick up the courage and start life again.
about that, what do you think is the best way to serve breakfast? Do you think there's a really, really good way to serve breakfast?
If you want to do something like that, I guess, so I think you should come in a nice way, try to meet up with the person, reason with the person one-on-one, and give him a tangible reason, a high tangible reason, not just acting like one cat that they pour hot water. All these kind of funny things. That one is not fun. So that was just it.
Okay, thank you. So I want to ask you a question about breakfast. Have you been served breakfast before? You've actually served it? Oh, sorry, you actually served breakfast rather? Okay, not actually. Really? Yes. Actually, I breakfast to someone. Yeah. Kinda, because men deserve it sometimes. Why? I don't know, some men are just wicked. Wicked? Alright. Yeah. I was going to say, can you expatiate wicked? Cheat a lot. Like, yes. Okay. So what do you think is the best way to actually serve breakfast? I don't know. I can't just tell. So like somebody you've been dating for the past 5 years just sent you a text one day, I think it's over. Like, oh my god, no! We died there, it's over. It's over. How do you think is the best way to break that kind of relationship? Oh my god, he cannot go. Oh wow. No, nobody does that. No, they can't do that to me, no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, you know there's some breakfast now, national cake. You can touch anybody. Yeah. Alright, thank you very
So
much.
have you ever served someone breakfast or they've served you breakfast before?
Yeah, both ways.
Both ways. Yeah. What was the experience like?
For the serving or the eating.
Both of them.
For the serving, I didn't really feel anything. But then for the eating, oh god, it was bad. Okay.
You don't want to say more to that.
It was bad.
How about you?
I don't have the emotional strength to go through it. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I've been served before. I've not served, even though I'm pregnant.
whose son is the lucky one?
You're tired.
How was the experience when they served you?
Not bad, because I was in a relationship.
Damn, girl. You sell very fast.
So I don't know if he actually served me or I served him.
Okay, that is that's another way to
No, you served first, impliedly.
But he
You
didn't
not say it.
Yeah, but she didn't voice out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think is the best way to serve breakfast?
Just, I don't know, tell the person nicely. Just tell the person nicely. It's better to tell the person can move on than to hold it back and then let the bros be dating himself or the girl be dating himself. That one is cruel. That's
Alright,
worse.
William. So, have you broken someone's heart before? Or someone broken yours? Okay. Can I ask like how many times they've broken your heart?
Just go.
How many times have you broken another person's heart? Once. Alright, nice. How did you feel?
It's still Solid Corner, brought to you by Solid 100.9 FM, and I have two beautiful. I have Blessed by my side, and I have Oluwakem also by my side. And we've been talking about. She doesn't like me calling her Oluwakem, but that's the emotional way of calling her. You understand? But
don't try to be invested
We'll
in
talk about that
chemicals.
behind
Don't
camera.
leave me on,
So
please.
right, we were talking about breakfast, whether it's a national cake or the 21st century norm. And we're like, oh, I think this is the 21st century norm, but we have a lot of things. I want to ask this question. I want to ask it. I will go from my right to the left. So please.
So where's the right again? Here.
I don't wait. Let me ask my question. Then you now choose to answer or not. So Blessing, I want to ask you. Can you tell us, like, we need to understand your turn-offs, the thing that will actually prompt you to say, I don't really want this guy again. I would want to send this guy, that kind of thing.
Before you ask her that, she has a story to tell us.
Oh,
Really?
very
Yes.
interesting.
That
I
priceless
almost
story.
forgot.
I have a story.
Yes.
Actually,
that
almost
one.
forgot.
Remind me, sorry.
Have you ever served someone a breakfast over a text? Do you think you forgot?
No, we talk about that backstage.
No,
don't
they
do
want
this
to
me.
hear. You promised.
Who is
them
they?
already.
By
Okay,
the way,
so you asked
it's
me
a
right
yes
now.
or no question, so we can go ahead.
Alright, yes.
Thank you very much. So, by the way, why did you have to send it through a test? You'd actually answer this with this particular one. What are your turn-offs? What are the things that you'll actually see and say, oh no, I cannot take this again. This guy is eating, is biting more than he can chew. You understand? I just really want to know.
Okay, I think for this kind of question, I'm going to answer not just from like an intimate relationship aspect, but then people.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of my turn off is going to be people that don't really respect boundaries. Right? Like it really pisses me off. This is me saying I don't want this, that kind of thing. It's like you're not listening to me, that kind of stuff. So like, oh my gosh, you know. So I like someone that really respects my boundaries because I can really respect people's boundaries.
Oh, but that was really interesting. Like I love the fact.
Yeah.
I think I'd still refer to something about the boundary thing, but I want to ask you now, what are your turn-offs?
Well, I'll say respect.
Respect. Wait, first of all, okay, you're not speaking from an intimate relationship,
No,
aspect, right?
no.
Okay.
General.
I'm talking
General,
about your
yeah.
general thing.
Because if not, I would say you can't even go in a relationship that you don't feel respected.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
if you do not respect me, you don't respect my opinion, you don't respect my stance on things, okay, talking about boundaries still, you don't respect me, it just turns me off. I'm just there, just looking at you, okay, I'm counting your days are numbered. Yeah, they're numbered.
Yeah.
But I think that is not totally, I believe everyone can, if you talk to people, they can actually understand and adjust. So when you now say your days
You
are
don't
numbered
someone
because
to respect
you can actually, I think, this is my notion, I feel this can be done. Some people don't even know when they disrespect you.
Oh wow.
It happens. I don't know if you,
No, I get your-
but
yes,
some people don't
true.
actually know that they are disrespecting
But then you know that
But you
I feel
feel
like
maybe like if it's me and I feel emasculated on something, but the person might just feel, oh, I'm just trying to catch cruise with you, and once I don't vibe along with it, I might see that as disrespect. But that might not actually be the person's intention. So I feel you can actually talk it through.
Communicate it to the person.
Communication is key. You
communication
understand?
is key, but then I feel like they're like general things that you shouldn't just do. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. Like when you just meeting someone for the first time, and then you know how some people are just trying to like pry into the
Pry into
matter.
your
I'm like,
private life and-
chill. Like we're just meeting. Can you like calm down? That kind of thing. So like it's a general thing. I don't need to communicate with you like we're just meeting. You don't need to like.
I wanna ask
it's a
this
turn off.
question because I think most ladies don't like it when the guy just comes new, the guy is fresh and he wants to pry into their private life. But most ladies do that to guys. I can relate.
Really?
Like they
really?
want
Wow.
to. I really want to know this. They can even ask you, how old is your mom? All those things like so delicate.
On a first meet.
They can act. I'm not trying to tell
On a
you this
first
this is not me trying to. I'm trying to tell you this is something I've experienced a couple of times because it's like somebody you're
I
just
don't
meeting
think
the
it's
person.
just
The
the
person is
first meet. Like
trying
you know that
to.
first period.
You are just
of
you
time,
are not that
Trying to
familiar, and you're just the person is trying to know even your family, the age of your your parents.
Yeah.
So, but I think that should be another topic.
I think
for
that's the
another
guy's
day.
issues,
Yes.
but then for me, you guys should go sort yourself out.
By the way, I have this question here.
Yeah.
I've been thinking lately. Does it mean can we? There's a cause of this thing. I think that's why they said it's a 21st century norm. But looking very well, do you think social media is part of the reasons for this breakup and the norms, the way they serve it? They can
Bro,
somebody will go and buy ring, diamond ring, and kneel down. Somebody say no, I don't want. That is
Actually,
terrible.
for me, it's a major cause. It's a major cause. Why? Because looking at the olden days, nobody was seeing anything online. You don't put your life out there. People don't comment about it out there. Nobody sees anything going on in your space. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
they don't see
actually,
anything, and
yeah.
you just get to relate. If you're feeling any headache in your marriage or in your relationship, you just get to relate with your friends
Yeah.
only.
Great.
But
But now, You put your life out there, everyone is commenting, and everyone will definitely have one or two things to say, because you can't satisfy humans with your relationship. You can think your relationship is the best love relationship ever, and some people will tell you, what's that nonsense? That's just how human beings are. We all have one thing or the other to say about a particular issue or a situation. So if you ask me, putting your life out on social media actually causes some of these things. You see some people too. Yes, you see some people, they will just see a man who bought probably a car for his girlfriend or something, and they are just like, when will my boyfriend also buy me a car? And all of a sudden, that's your expectation from your man. Especially when you do know that, okay, you guys probably have a goal you were working towards. You have a vision for that relationship, and all of a sudden you are diverting because you feel you should get you the same car another guy.
I actually think social media is not. Okay, I think it's a
not.
cause. No, it's a cause, but it's not like a major cause for me. That's what I think, because I mean, even without social media, a lot of ladies are, you know how ladies can be. I can just be with you, I'm like, oh my god, you know, my guy got me this, my guy got me that. I don't need the internet to show me what, I don't even need to see what this one's husband got. I need to just see what
online,
my friend's boyfriend got for her, and then I already want my own relationship to be like that. Do you understand?
But so you know, people also see these things online even more than those thoughts you're talking about.
I don't think so.
Well, this is what I feel. You know, most times when like I feel when a guy gets served breakfast is maybe in public, and it's not because the lady doesn't want to marry or stuff, but she doesn't like the whole scenario. I feel it's a communication problem, because over time you should have known what your partner likes and what she does not like. Okay. You got, like, if it's me now that you're coming to, you want me to do open what is it? I will not do it. I cannot do it.
Open what?
Like let's say proposal. Like you now want me to be in a mall and kneel down.
Yes.
No. This is, check it very well. I'm not actually, I'm just saying from my own point, I'm not actually marrying them for them to know that yes, I actually love you and I really want to say yes. So they will not be telling, in fact they will now, somebody will now say yes now, sister, say yes. What kind of thing is that? Like, can we be inside and we'll talk this thing over? After all, when we started off, we did not start out like that. So why must I now bring all of them? I'm like, come here, I want to propose. You call your family members. You go live on Facebook, and people, and you know Facebook doesn't forget anything. Once it drops, it has dropped. People always know. Internet never forgets anything. So I think it's a communication problem.
You should be able to preserve your relationship outside the social media. We have people who separate social media from their relationship.
But honestly,
you know why I don't relationship status.
You know why I don't think social media really does a lot? Because I mean, we still have people that have had their relationship on social media, even if you don't really put intimate things and all of that. But then it doesn't break anything. Do you understand? I'm not saying this relationship doesn't have issues, but then these people are being together.
It doesn't break,
committed.
but it's just the kind of influence you have.
So at the end of the day, even with or without social media, people still get to compare their partners. That's if you're that kind of person, you still get to compare your partners with someone else very close to you or something. Do you understand? Okay. That's what I feel.
Comparison should never happen. You should never compare your partner to whatever. True. If there's something you're noticing, like, okay, you feel you can adjust these things that you're seeing in the next couple, people can actually talk it through, and the person will actually have it. Yeah. My thoughts, I don't know.
True. Alright, so that was very beautiful, and then we've come to the end of this show. So, but before we go, we're going to be doing something called Solid Game.
Yes, Solid Game.
By Solid Game, I mean concentration. Okay. Concentration.
I understand some people do not actually, you know.
Alright, so you know how
don't do that.
Thank you. Don't allow me to do that.
Concentration.
Names of
countries that's in Nigeria.
France.
Japan.
China.
Cameroon.
Russia.
India.
Ukraine.
Portugal.
Okay, this is not easy. I feel like we're not going to lose. Please. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, catch us here in Solid 100.9 FM, Solid Corner.
And of course, my name is Chidubem, D to the U-B-E-M.
Yeah, and I'm Blex, B-L-E-X-X.
I'm Kemi. Bye.
Please don't forget to comment your opinion.
Like the video.
That's important.
Like the video.
Yeah, very important.
Please encourage us, please. Thank you.
Bye.
Bless you.